In today's breaking news, the SEC's pro-crypto campaign is continuing and accelerating with a huge dismissal verdict occurring in the Coinbase case, which Ripple is likely to follow in suit very, very soon. Very bullish news, but furthermore, we have some interesting sources suggesting that not only XRP will power the entire world as the world reserve currency, but that there's also a possibility and a conservative prediction that XRP could reach $10,000, and even a $25,000 XRP is not impossible, meaning the market would be in the quadrillions, which sounds mental, I know, but this is the sort of capital and institutional adoption that will gradually but surely flood into this space, and we plan to make the most of this opportunity. Of course, if you are interested in learning much more and staying ahead of the game in this crypto space, finding the right plays ahead of time through exclusive content such as trading information, institutional research documents, and so much more, for free, a 7-day free trial, then click the link in the description below to check out the Coin Factory CF executives. Now, first things first, as we can see from Fox Business Journal's Eleanor Terrett, Coinbase and the SEC have come to an agreement in principle about dismissing the agency's case against the exchange. The commission will need to do an official vote on the move, which could happen as early as next week. So, after years of litigation, millions of your taxpayers' dollars spent, and irreparable harm done to the country, Coinbase have reached an agreement with the SEC to dismiss their litigation against them. Once approved by the commission, which, as we've been told, could be happening as soon as next week, this would result in a full dismissal, so $0 in fines paid and zero charges to Coinbase Exchange. To which we can hear a little bit about this from Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong himself. Listen very closely.
Brian here from Coinbase. Well, today's a really good day because we just heard from the SEC staff that they're planning to withdraw their litigation against Coinbase. Now, this still needs to be approved by the SEC commissioners, but we're hoping that happens next week. And if this goes through, it's a really big deal, not just for us, but for the whole crypto industry, the 50 million Americans who hold crypto, and I think for the rest of the world, because this is an important signal about where things are going.
Now, this is very bullish, a huge win for the crypto industry and a sign of the sort of regulatory clarity and legislation we'll be seeing in this space over the next few months. But this is actually incredibly bullish for Ripple XRP and XRP holders, because you see, Coinbase and Ripple, they were the two leading institutions in no man's land against the old SEC. They were on the front lines leading the charge, and the fact that Coinbase's case is not coming to a settlement deal but actually is being dismissed is an entirely bigger victory and a huge indicator for what is likely to occur in the Ripple case in the upcoming weeks. Very, very soon. And the icing on the cake, as you can see in this post, talking about this matter from Brian Armstrong himself, he states, "I expect we'll continue to work productively with the SEC on any number of items over the years, just as we do with every agency around the world where we operate." And for me, this can also be correlated with Ripple's case and the likely outcome, not a settlement but a dismissal, and then to be working alongside the SEC and Trump in guiding and accelerating crypto innovation and adoption in America and the whole financial world. We are already seeing positive signs in the Ripple case already, as yesterday we saw the SEC acknowledge 3 XRP ETFs, and now we see that Grayscale's XRP filing has been officially posted to the Federal Register, as if Grayscale are actively trying to get to the front of the line and be the first to launch an XRP ETF. This is very, very bullish news. So now the SEC has until October 18th to either approve or deny the request. This is 8 months away, I know it's quite a while, but the fact that the SEC are officially now on the clock is a positive development, and in my opinion, not financial advice of course, this new pro crypto SEC seems to be one that will likely accelerate this timeline, and we'll see the acceptance and launching of XRP ETFs sooner than this deadline. To which is further supported in this interview here from Bitwise's Matt Hogan. Again, pay close attention.
Okay, one more thing before we go. We saw earlier this week that the SEC formally acknowledged Bitwise's application for a spot XRP ETF. Now, I know you can't talk about the specific application, but I'm wondering if you can talk about what you've heard in terms of demand for an XRP ETF in particular. Obviously, there was less demand for an ETH ETF than a Bitcoin one, but there is increasing adoption. So what's the scope look like for an XRP fund?
Yeah, I would say two things on that front, without talking about the Bitwise filing specifically, as you mentioned. One, I think there's substantial demand for an XRP ETF. XRP has had a sustained community for an extremely long period of time. It's an asset that trades significantly on centralized exchanges. I think people would love to find a way to hold it in a simple, low cost, easy to use ETP structure. And I will say the second piece is the SEC is much more receptive to discussions under the new administration than they were in the past. In the previous administration, the door would simply be shut. There was no way to discuss things like staking or in kind or maybe new assets. I think, and I can tell you that has completely changed. They're much more open to dialogue. So I'm optimistic we're going to see, XRP ETFs, Solana ETFs. I think the killer app in this space will actually be an index-based ETF. I think a lot of people want to just make a generalized bet on crypto, and I'm hopeful we get that at the end of this year as well. So count me as optimistic.
With all the shocking demand for crypto and XRP incoming under a reformed and pro-crypto administration, this is why sources have surfaced which claim that XRP will power the entire world because of the reach RippleNet has worldwide on the east and west side of the world, and therefore XRP could reach as much as $25,000. There is so much money that will flood into crypto, and again, we plan to make the most of this opportunity. Again, if you're interested through exclusive content such as trading, alpha information, private live streams, and so much more for free 7-day free trial, again, then click the link in the description below to check out the Coin Factory CF executives. Now, as we can see from this post from Rowan Exchange, Crypto Basic just published an article about how 100k XRP isn't crazy, but actually it's conservative, which is insane to think. Ultimately, this article, this post revolves around AI, revolves around the use of ChatGPT and its breakdown of why $10,000 XRP is entirely possible. The fact that XRP has massive institutional demand and adoption already, which is likely going to explode much further following the dismissal of the lawsuit, may I add. The fact that XRP also has a finite supply of XRP, only 100 billion tokens in total, while a lot of that is currently locked up in the escrow, and it has been undergoing gradual and scheduled releases that will eventually result in all 100 billion tokens being in circulation. However, should institutions start, and probably already are, start hoarding XRP for liquidity purposes, which again is likely due to the release of the Ripple stablecoin, for example, and of course how XRP will act as a gas bridge currency for those transactions, this could cause a supply shock and a drastic rise in the value of XRP. Speaking of Ripple stablecoins or stablecoins in general, yesterday we saw Brazza Bank launch the BBRL stablecoin on the XRP ledger. So we now have the RLUSD and now we have the BBRL. And in case you weren't aware, stablecoins have already been clarified as something that will revolutionize your financial transactions, and Ripple is at the forefront and center of all these developments. So both North and South America now are taken care of with Brazil and America. Maybe we'll see Mexico very soon as well. But the point being is now it's time for the rest of the world. And with Brazil being part of the BRICS alliance, maybe, just maybe, we will see other powerhouse nations take action sooner in order to not be left behind. As Mr. Man XRP highlights in this old diagram and picture of XRP here, it is beginning to make sense, should it not? All these powerhouse nations connecting to one another through XRP. The only nations that we haven't had any concrete information and confirmation from yet is Switzerland and Mexico, but the remaining countries being Brazil, Japan, United States of America, United Kingdom, China and Europe. The whole of Europe, they are all currently behind Ripple and XRP. As such, therefore, a $10,000 XRP is deemed as a conservative prediction, and even a $25,000 XRP scenario, which would mean a market cap in the quadrillions, which of course sounds extreme, but if XRP underpins global liquidity movements, if institutions monopolize XRP, then it is not impossible. Again, this is ChatGPT's AI saying this, and of course, this is very, very interesting to hear. Ultimately underlying, there are so many opportunities out there and incoming very, very soon. We are here before the worldwide institutional adoption of crypto and XRP, and we will be part of the great wealth transfer, of course. Do your own research, come chill chat and learn more in the CF community. Again, links below, and remember, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.